With a broken heart, tell me if I deserve this feeling. I thought that you know that we had something special till you end up all this way. Please tell me when you left me bleeding. With a broken heart, tell me why I deserve this feeling. I thought that you loved me, I thought that you need me till you end up all this way. Have you forgot all the moments while we had were so true? This world was made for two. I did it
to finish this before we start just chatting. So chat with yourself for a minute.
I don't have anything. It's too difficult to chat by myself.
Okay.
So just let me know when you're done, I guess.
Okay. All right. I'm going to read this out loud to you. Climate change is no longer a distant backdrop, it is directly shaping children's brains. Today's children are developing in environments marked by extreme heat, chronic air pollution, more frequent natural disasters, ecosystem disruption, and urban intensifiers such as heat islands and persistent noise. These exposures activate physiological pathways known to affect cognition, learning, emotional regulation, and overall neurodevelopment. These environmental stressors also interact with social determinants of health and often have the greatest impact on children who are already at higher risk. This session translates the emerging research on climate change and brain health into clear, clinically relevant insights. We review major pathways through which environmental stressors influence brain development, such as the effects of heat on cognition, the relationship between pollution and neuroinflammation, the effects of noise on academic skills, climate-related sleep disruption, and the impact of ecological change on disease risk. We also discuss solastalgia, eco-anxiety, and the psychological effects of recurring natural disasters. Participants will also learn how these risks build on one another and why children's developing nervous systems are especially sensitive to them. Using engaging visuals, stories, and accessible metaphors, this presentation highlights actionable takeaways for pediatric neuropsychologists. We close with a forward-looking section on resilience, protective factors, i.e. green space, shade access, nature contact, public health successes, and specific ways neuropsychologists can leverage their roles in clinics, communities, and professional organizations. Would you like to attend to this?
It's a little wordy.
Yeah.
Is it the same length as other presentation summaries?
It's short. I have 300 words, and mine is only 225.
Okay. I mean, 250, like if the limit is 300, right? So you're like butting up against the limit.
I'm 75 words short, but yeah.
I thought it was 50.
It's 300 and I have 225 words.
Oh, 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure. What I kept thinking when you read that is you should read my book.
I probably should read your book.
Because of all the topics you talked about.
Yeah, probably should. If I had time to do anything else, that would definitely be the next thing I would do.
I don't believe you.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm unbelievable.
I think you don't want to read my book for some reason.
Oh, the one that's something about bugs?
Yeah.
And horror? And you won't tell me what it's about? And you're just like, it's just horror and you hate horror, so definitely read it?
It's not that horror, like it's not scary, which is the central example of horror, I guess, right?
Then how is it horror?
Maybe post-apocalyptic would be a better description.
Okay. I might read something that's post-apocalyptic.
Because, I mean, that's still a horrible situation, right? Like, in the sense it's a horror to go through that.
Right.
So does that mean you're gonna read it now, or?
I might. That makes it more.
Because the whole time I've been telling you, it's not really scary. It's not horror in the typical sense.
Right, but like you're so anti-spoilers, and I so need spoilers to tell me that it's going to be okay.
It's
that
gonna
we're
be
having
okay.
a problem.
I don't like. So I don't know how to convince you without spoiling it, right? Like without in the sense that I don't know which information will persuade you. So then, like, I can figure out which information is spoilery, but then I can't figure out which information will persuade you, and so trying to create the filter that way is tough. But I mean, I was repeatedly saying it's not really horror.
I don't. Yeah, but you were saying it like this. It's not really horror.
Yeah, that's how it is. It's not really horror.
You were saying it in air quotes.
It's like in the same way that like real life in the U.S. right now, you can, if you wrote a true story about how America's going right now, I would say, yeah, this goes under horror, right?
Yeah.
But it's not like monsters jump out at you. I mean,
right.
So are you good now? Are you at attention, or you still need more time?
I'm trying to just put in some citations real quick.
Okay.
That I used. I'm trying to fill this out. I'm trying to fill out this form because I don't want to attend the meeting tomorrow. So I'm trying to be like, oh, I'm sick. I can't attend the meetings. But look, I did this work. I'm almost done.
All right.
I was trying to get it done this time, but
Yeah.
hard. How is your new book coming along?
No progress. I don't think
No progress yet?
Yeah, I don't think I will make any progress until I get another manic episode. So like the first one happened, like I've only ever had once, so I don't know how often these things happen.
Gotcha.
So my estimate is never.
Maybe it will happen.
Yeah, maybe. I want it to happen, but like you and other health professionals don't want it to happen, so I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Hey, don't include me in that.
I'm pretty sure you were discouraging me from like intentionally triggering a manic episode, which is
I want you to be happy.
Yeah, I mean, I part of it might be because of like, you can lose your license or whatever if you encourage me. But another part is like, maybe you really do think it's a bad idea for me to do this.
I don't think that you truly have manic episodes, so I don't have thoughts on it. But I want you to have another episode of euthymic mood where you feel better about things and work on your book.
Hi, Vay. Welcome in. Vay says, the heck no, but what are you astonished about? Because I know sometimes you miss some of our chats I have with Steph here. But we talk about these sort of topics a lot, I guess. Yeah, so I mean, like, as I told my current doctor, I'm not concerned too much about the label, right? Like, because he was very cautious when he came to me and says, maybe it's not depression, maybe it's bipolar or whatever. And I'm like, and he was worried I was gonna, I don't know, be upset with that or something like that. And I'm like, I don't care about the label, I just want to cure it, If you're telling me it's bipolar and like if you give me bipolar meds and it fixes it, then fine, I'm bipolar, I don't care,
Right.
And so in the same way, like if his, like, because of licensing issues or something, he can't say like, yeah, go ahead and here's a drug that will trigger the manic episode, or manic episodes are bad or whatever, and you're saying, well, it's not a manic episode, therefore it's not bad. I'm like, okay, so fine, it's not a manic episode. So, but
Right.
but it was a good part of my life. Like it was a good time for the first time in like 5 years or whatever. So I want to get that again.
That would be good.
Vay says, just came in and heard you say I want to do it, but medical professionals don't. And I was like, what the fuck? Heard everything after this still. Yeah, okay, so my current doctor thinks I'm... Well, okay, so the history is my previous doctors and I thought I had depression for like maybe 5 years. Because I have no energy and no motivation to do anything, sleep 18 hours a day, all that sort of stuff. This most recent doctor I got says, well, maybe it's not depression, maybe it's bipolar. And I think one of the reasons he came up with that theory is because there was, in May, I had a lot of energy, which was like for the first time in years, I had energy to do stuff. And so the doctor is like, oh, it sounds like a manic episode, and the rest, and then you had depressive episode the whole other rest of the time. So maybe it's bipolar, and Steph here doesn't think it's bipolar. I think she doesn't even think it's depression. Like, I'm not sure about her stance exactly, but I remember Steph and I had this discussion where I interpreted what you said as being like, you don't have depression. I was like, what? This whole time I didn't have depression, you didn't tell me? Anyway. Whatever it is that I have, I want it cured. And when I was quote unquote manic back in May, I was very productive. I got a lot done in my life. And I'm saying I want it to be like that all the time. I want to be able to have lots of energy and do things. And so from my doctor's point of view, if, he's assuming that that's a manic episode, and if his assumption is correct, he's saying, well, that's bad. You don't want to be in a manic episode. It's unhealthy, I guess, or something. So that's why he's against it. Steph is taking this more nuanced view, I guess, of saying like, she doesn't think it's a manic episode, so maybe it's okay for me to be in that state because it's not a manic state.
That last part is an accurate summarization of my view. I do want to go on record as saying I think it's probably the melancholic subtype of major depression.
Okay.
Which is a subtype that used to be much more common. It used to be about a quarter of cases of melancholic depression, and now it's not very common at all. And it overlaps a lot with the idea of like catatonia as well. But it's a more vegetative, not reactive to positive events, emotional numbness form of depression than what is typically experienced by people. That would be
That's your diagnosis.
If I were, the treating professional in this situation, which I am not.
Basis, have you been tested for ADHD? Was there anything new in your life at that point, or were the ones before especially bad? Could be depression, could be other things causing depression as co-disorder. I have not been tested for ADHD. Every now and then the doctor recommends it, or it's not that they recommend it, it's that they ask me this question, like, have you considered getting tested for ADHD? And I tell them no, because I don't think I have ADHD, but if the doctor recommends it, I'll do it. And then they never go so far as to actually recommend it, so then I never actually go get tested.
But you did very well in school and got a difficult advanced degree and were a software engineer known for your attention to detail.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I did very well in school. Like, I have a mixed performance in school. I was,
right.
What's the word? There's a word for like being a good worker, right? Conscientiousness, I think. I had very low conscientiousness.
You do have very low conscientiousness, that's true.
So I ended up with okay grades, I guess, because like I have high intelligence compensating for low conscientiousness. Basis, I bring it up because that was a big cause of my depression. When I found out, I was surprised. Yeah, I mean, if ever a doctor says, I recommend you get ADHD tested, I'll be okay, fine, I'll do it. But so far, every doctor, they brought it up, but then they never went so far as to recommend. Like, I tell them, like, basically my history, right? I'll tell them I don't think I have ADHD, and then they'll say, well, have you ever done this? Have you ever done, like, and so the things, like, that stuff brought up, for example, like, how was your school life and things like that, is what they'll ask, and I'll answer, and then they'll be like, okay, never mind then.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, your school record and hobbies and developmental history and family history and etc. do not support that as a appropriate diagnosis for further consideration.
Ray says I was also mixed, struggled in some classes, but did really well in college despite it. Yeah, like, so for me, it's not so much that I struggled, it's that I just didn't do the work. Like, there was classes where I just never did the homework. Or it's more that I didn't hand in the homework. I remember there was, like, in physics in high school, I would do the homework, but then not hand it in. Because I was curious about the topic, I was interested in learning it. But I don't know, I had this weird... Like, I didn't take then the final step of handing it in for whatever reason, so I got 0 on the homework, right? Which brought my grade down. And which apparently I didn't know this until after the fact, which also then my teacher assumed that I was dumb because of that.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I get in retrospect makes sense, but it just like I didn't have theory of mind that well developed, I guess. So it didn't occur to me that that's how he would conclude, like that's how he would perceive me. Because like I aced the final exam. And so then when they sent the grades back for my parents, I guess there's a little comment section, right? It's like I forget how they phrase it, but like your grade for the year, which is based on homework, your grade on the exam, and then comments. And grade for year was bad; it was like 20 or something like that, and then grade for exam was like 98 or whatever, right? And the comments is like, I don't know how you did it, but you learned the material. And I'm like, yeah, the reason I learned because I did the work is how I learned the material, like. I just didn't hand it in. Faces in college, I would do my homework on campus and found ways to make it work. Yeah, there was also... So I think my first depressive episode was in college. I just stopped showing up for classes one day. And I got a bunch... So I don't know how universal this is, but in the university I went to, what they did is they gave you have letter grades, right, like A, B, C, and so on, and F is fail, but then there's J, which is did not attend. Like basically you dropped out, you didn't show up. And so I got a bunch of J's, which I guess count for 0. It's like J is also fail, but it's fail not because you did poorly, but because you didn't show up. So I failed a bunch of courses with J on that report card.
I've never heard of a J. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it might be unique to that particular university's grading system.
Right.
Are you good for just chatting, or you still need more time, Steph?
No, thank you for giving me a couple extra minutes to finish that work so that I could relax and enjoy this time.
Sure.
Thank you.
No problem. Let me give you the first just chatting take. Take a look at this news article. Maybe you can read it out loud for our viewers, Steph.
How do I take a look at it?
Oh, I'm not sure my screen. Why did you say something?
Sorry, I was waiting for it to. This article says, Amazon workers with disability file suit against tech giant alleging systematic discrimination.
Let me scroll down to... A group of Amazon employees has filed lawsuits against the tech giant, claiming the company systematically discriminated against disabled workers in part due to its alleged use of artificial intelligence. 9 employees across multiple divisions filed a complaint, class action. Their suit claims Amazon unlawfully denies nearly all medical requests to work remotely as the tech giant pursues its controversial return to office policy and allegedly uses AI to handle accommodation requests. The suit says that the company terminates employees or forces them to take unpaid leave rather than granting the request for medical accommodations. So I saw this a couple, I guess 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, that's me. They're talking about.
Are you as part of the suit?
No, I'm not one of the 9 people. So this where is it? New York based, Harmon Green PC, New York based. So I looked them up and I emailed them. I said, hey, I want to join. I'm one of these guys. I was also discriminated. So I emailed them and then they scheduled the lawyer scheduled an intake call with me to ask about, the details, the facts of my case, I guess.
Oh,
So for people who don't know, I used to work at Amazon. I guess technically I still do. But because of depression, I would take several months of leave from medical leave from work. And recently my doctor recommended a gradual return to work, which is like it's rocket science. I feel like it's. So anyway, I email Amazon and I'm like, hey, my doctor recommends 1 hour a day for the first month, 2 hours a day for the next month, and so on, and then ramping up like that. And Amazon was basically like, no, you can do 6 hours a day at the start. And I won't get into details, whatever. The point is, like, I had this behavior, right? That the company forces them to take unpaid leave rather than granting a request. They basically said either it's 6 hour days or or keep taking leave, unpaid leave. So I told the lawyer all these things. And it was actually not the lawyer himself; it was his aide, I guess. Paralegal.
Right. Paralegal, yeah.
He's interviewing me. I give him all the facts. And then recently they said they're declined to take my case. So I'm like, well, rip me.
They might just have enough. They just might not want to add you as another witness or whatever, but maybe there'll be a settlement or something.
Yeah. The thing is, because the nature of lawsuits is you don't talk about it in public, right? And I would not have been talking about this if I had gotten in. So the whole reason, like the only reason I'm talking about it now is because they rejected me.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, I'm curious, like, so what is it about, what did I say? Because they were interested at first, right? They were like, hey, yeah, we'll do a phone call. But what specific fact or detail did I mention that said, it's maybe going to weaken the case or it's not worth it or what? Like, I'm curious.
Do you think that maybe they are looking for physical disabilities?
It's possible.
I don't know.
That is one possibility. They might feel like a mental disability is harder in front of a jury or something like that. Let
Right.
Less persuasive.
Right.
Next thing I got is the AI assessment I mentioned last time. Remember I did a Steph some sort of like
yeah.
The AI presented a bunch of test cases for me and had to say like whether these were good or if they were not good at testing bugs or something like that, and I evaluate them. And then the AI said like, everything looks great, fail. Right? And,
Right.
So I emailed the recruiter that says, hey,
Yeah.
he hasn't gotten back to me. It's been a week, so I think he just doesn't care. So I think that's a loss now, right? Like it's too much work to get a bureaucrat to work against the system or fix the system.
Yeah.
So I think I'm not getting that position.
Okay. Have you applied for anything else that's looked good?
I've applied for a bunch of things. So that was one of them. There was another one where recently, I don't know how much I can talk about this one actually, but what suffice to say, I thought it was a scam at first.
Oh.
But because like they seem so disorganized. They're not like they're like, yeah, sure, we'll hire you on a contract basis. Here's a username, here's a password, log in, and we'll pay you, this much amount of money for every time you do for per hour, whatever, as you do the work. So I go there and then like I'm reading the Google Docs of what I'm supposed to do, and it's not clear. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I'm just sitting there with my hours logged, like because they have an app that tracks how much time you're working. So I'm running the app, and I'm like reading the Google Docs, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And then like I sort of like close out of the program, and I said, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna start applying to other jobs because I don't think this is real. I don't understand it. But I got an email recently saying we're sending you the payment.
Oh.
And I'm like, and it should, let's see, we're the 20th. I think it said the 24th. It should arrive in your bank by the 24th. So I'm like, wait, so is this real? Is this a real job? Because if it is, then that's pretty good.
Sweet.
Yeah. The reason I say I don't know how much I was supposed to say is because they made me sign a bunch of NDAs. They said like, don't talk about this, don't talk about that. I'm like, okay. And like, if it is real, I don't want to ruin it, right? So I don't want to say.
Right.
But if it was, but I thought it was a scam until, and we'll see. I guess we'll see if the money ever arrives.
Yeah. We'll have to check in the week after next and find out.
Yeah.
And the reason that it is the week after next is
Just
because next week,
you're not
which
here.
I have put in
know.
writing.
I know because you
I
put in
put
writing.
it in
That's why I
writing.
know.
In writing.
This is the only time I know because you put it in writing.
It's in writing. Put it in writing.
The thing is, I feel like I can only work like maybe 1 hour a day almost with my energy levels.
Yeah.
But if this job is real, then it's perfect because they say like anytime you can work anytime you want, like weekends, nights, whatever. Just run the app in the background so it tracks your time, and like now I have a better understanding of what the job is, and I still think I don't think they're doing a good way of like, if I understand what their goal is, I don't think what they're asking me to do is a good way to accomplish their goal. So the possibilities are
There's that.
I don't understand their goal, or this is just typical corporate incompetence. There's
Right.
there's a book called Seeing Like a State. I don't know if you're familiar with that one.
Yes.
Have you
Yep.
read it?
No,
Do you know
but
what it's about?
synopsis. Yep.
What is it about when you tell our viewers?
It is about realpolitik. Would that be a fair way to say it?
Yeah, but I feel like if I didn't already know what it was about and you told me that, I still would not know what it was about. It's about the idea that governments, like a state government, U.S. government, whatever, it's hard for them to rule over a country if they don't know what's going on in that country, right? If they don't have statistics of like what's the population, what's the tax rate, what's the income of everybody, and so they will make rules so that they do have the information they need. And then at a local level, like if you're the peasants, like because this is usually, I think most of the book was about old-timey civilizations. So if you're a peasant, like so you hear these rules and none of them make sense to you. You're like, why do I have to do this? It's just wasted effort. And the book is trying to explain this is why. Because the government can't see what you see on the ground floor. They can only see it at a much higher at macro level. And I haven't read the book either, so I'm not sure that my summary is accurate, but that's my understanding of what the book's about.
Okay.
And so
I wonder if we focused on maybe different parts of the book. Like, I believe that it does that, but I think I was thinking of slightly different things. But maybe your version is more accurate, and I just made it into what I thought it was going to be about.
yeah, I haven't read the book either, so I don't know for sure, right? But
Right.
that's when encountering the book in like, because people will talk about the book and then they'll say like it has these ideas in it or whatever. So that's how I know what the book's about. And so it's on my reading list. It's like I said, that's very interesting. I want to learn more about this, and it's formed some of the ways I think about things now. And so that's what I see this company as doing, right? Like they have a goal of doing something, but they can't they can't observe me directly doing that goal. Like they can't observe me making progress toward a goal, but they can observe me making progress towards this other goal. Like it's easier to monitor that I'm doing this other thing, so they pay me to do this other thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'll do it because that's what I'm getting paid to. But it's not, I don't think this is a good way of going about what you're trying to do. And
Right.
and if this were like a more, if I felt more ownership, right? Like if I were a co-founder, I'd be like, I'm a lot more vocal about this, right? Because I have a stake in the company, right? Succeeding. I'd be like, no, the way you're doing it is terrible. We should do this instead. But I don't have a stake in it. I'm just a contractor. So I don't have a motivation to help improve the company.
Right.
My motivation is to do what I get paid to do,
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
Moral injury was added to the DSM recently. Apparently, they released
It was?
a patch. Yeah, DSM 5, and then it was released a while ago, but they added a patch to it. That's what I heard.
Wow. Wow.
What is moral injury, Steph?
Moral injury is when your trauma or situation is compounded by a sense of injustice or indifference on the part of someone who could help.
So you're witnessing injustice in the world. Like someone's being cruel. Someone out there is being cruel, and they're not being punished for it.
Right.
And
So,
so
like,
they didn't do it to you, and you're not the one
Right.
doing it. So you're like you're just an observer. You're an audience in a sense. You're seeing this on TikTok, perhaps. But then,
Right.
like, it makes you
Or
really sad and traumatized and stuff like that, and that's the condition, I guess.
it's often used about things like climate change or broader social injustice. Like you are experiencing the injury from climate change, perhaps directly, but you might also be experiencing the moral injury of knowing that your government could do something to address climate change, and they're seem to you to be choosing not to.
Yeah. I thought you would have known about this because I thought everything I learned about psychology. I would think you already know, Steph. So
It's hard for me to describe how busy I've been lately,
yeah,
but I didn't know that.
that's
So
why I was like
thank
counting
you.
on you to give me more background context on what the heck's going on. But you don't
Yeah,
have
no,
it.
I'm surprised that they did that. I hadn't even heard much discussion about it. I know about moral injury mostly because I literally included some slides about moral injury and the discussion about it that's happening in my climate change presentation. But it was like such a new area that I barely even knew what I was talking about when I was presenting that. There was just a bunch of articles on it, and I was like, I guess I better include a synthesis of those. But it didn't occur to me that it would be a thing added to the DSM.
I didn't know that they
It's
did
fascinating.
patch updates to the DSM. That's one of the
I
things that
didn't
surprised
really
me.
either. I knew they did, occasional text updates, but like when they've found something has been really wrong, or when there's a contradiction, or occasionally when later trials are suggesting like, oh yeah, that's definitely not quite working the way we wanted to. So they'll do these like tiny little changes. And then if there's a lot of them, they release a text revision, right? So the most recent update of the DSM is DSM-5 TR text revision. Um, but I didn't know they were just like, oh, we've now added moral injury. I didn't. That seems like a bigger
I
deal
mean,
than
maybe what I read is clickbait. You know, who knows?
right,
We'll have
right.
to go verify. But that's what I heard. Yeah.
Or maybe they added it to the for consideration section at the back.
Yeah, but the way I understood it is that they said they released a patch update, so it's still DSM-5, but now it has this in it. So one of the things that surprised me when I read that is I didn't know they did that. I didn't think they
Yeah.
just patched. I thought they would be like, oh well, good time, when DSM-6 comes out, we'll add it in, but until then, you're shit out of
You're
luck.
you're stuck. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my assumption, but who knows?
Really interesting. I'll have to look into it. Thank you for that piece of information.
Did you read the Psychiatry at the Margins recently today? I think
No, I haven't gone on
DSM-6.
Substack in like 3 weeks.
he's writing about DSM-6.
He is already? Interesting.
He said that the committee is formed and they're starting to talk about it, although they
Wow.
haven't announced that they will make it yet.
Right.
But he says, like, so he did it as a background opportunity to say, like, since they gathered and started talking about, here are my proposals for how DSM-6 should be improved.
Gotcha. Were his proposals good?
I mean, I know very little about this topic, so sounds good to me when I read them. You
Cool.
know. So one of the
Yeah.
things that stood out to me is he says it should be free access, the DSM-6. Right now, you have to pay to get DSM-5.
That definitely won't work.
Okay.
That's almost all of the like a big part of the problem. A lot of the problems from the DSM come from the fact that all of APA, the American Psychiatric Association's budget, comes from the DSM-5. Like it's a surprise bestseller because everyone has to buy it. and it's all of their budget. So I can't imagine them ever.
Yeah, he
You know, it would be
the
like
way
if
he
you
presented
said,
it, what
yeah,
implied that they have other income streams and they should rely on that more. Like he said,
oh my God.
I think he said like, so like have it available for online for free, but like you have to pay for the printed copies and you have to, and training materials and things like that. You know.
Yeah, good luck. I feel like that's like telling small towns that they shouldn't get revenue from parking tickets and speeding fines. It's like,
So that's one thing,
that's,
and like for me as a as an ignorant outsider, like yeah, sounds good. I would like to be able to read the DSM for free. That'd be nice.
yeah. Although
Um,
it's should not be something that randomly people are reading. But anyway, that's another problem with it, I think.
yeah, the other thing that stood out to me is he said they should mention a high top and in the appendix or something like that.
Just in the appendix?
Yeah, because he said like they have completely different frameworks about how to talk about it. I forget the exact words. I think he said DSM is historical and categorical, whereas the
Yep.
high top is dimensional or something like that.
Yeah.
And he said
And so
like
he,
these are complementary ways of looking at it. And I guess the idea is it'd be too difficult. I think he likes the dimensional way better, but he thinks it'd be too difficult to just rewrite DSM from scratch to be dimensional. But he says like DSM has too much power in terms of insurance billing and things like that, and so this would be a way to open the bridge towards eventually going to dimensionality analysis, I guess.
interesting. I feel like that's such a classic psychiatrist hedge. Like they just keep saying, yeah, clinicians prefer a dimensional approach. It would add in more nuance. It would be better all around, but it's too hard, so we'll do it next time.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, so if that is your viewpoint, putting it in the appendix is a starting point, right? It's more than zero, because the alternative seems to be like, or we make zero progress towards that, right?
I don't, how does putting it in the appendix help? Who is it helping?
I think he used the term legitimizes, so that's one way, I guess.
Why is it more legitimate than I don't like I feel like that gives the DSM the power to legitimate something. High top is
I
widely
guess
used. It's been published. Like why?
yeah, I guess his viewpoint, and so I might be putting words in here, is that
Yeah,
it does the DSM does have the power to legitimize. You know, it's not that doing this will give the DSM that power. It already has that power. So
I
let's take
reject that
advantage.
power.
Well, he's saying let's take, I guess, advantage of that power.
Yeah,
Like he's trying to. I think he's trying to do slippery slope to get insurance to take high top seriously, right? And like this
right.
is the strategy for doing it. Get it into the
Yeah.
DSM, and then insurance will accept it, and then we can actually use high top.
There's a lot of stuff in the appendix already that insurance does not, care a whit
Okay.
about. And we're all gonna have to move to ICD pretty soon. So like already I use ICD for billing. I can't use DSM.
I'm nodding because I saw the words ICD in his post, but I don't have the context to make any further comments, I guess.
Gotcha. Interesting. I'll have to look up people's Substacks when I have some bandwidth.
All right, shall we start the game?
Sure. Are you celebrating Thanksgiving?
I have no plans. Oh yeah, I want to talk to you after the stream, Steph. I don't know, like after we end stream.
Okay.
Because there's a bunch of things going on in my life.
Yes.
All right, Silksong start. But yeah, I don't have any plans for Thanksgiving.
Okay. We might have to. Sometimes it works better if we make another time to talk plan because so that I'm not tired.
All right. Well, you have my
Okay.
email,
It's true.
and I'm free basically anytime, all the time these days
All right.
because I'm unemployed and all that.
Cool. We'll find a time.
Last time in Silksong, I think we just got to Act 2, right? We beat the last judge or whatever her name was, and then we got to a new
Yeah.
area, and then we just sat on a bench and then saved. So and I think the elevator broke, right? We rode an elevator down, and I was like, oh, I hate elevators, and then it broke and then smashed into the ground. So here we are.
Yep. Here we are.
And over here, wow, it's loud. Over here is the broken elevator. And then we walked to the right, and then we got to this bench, and we saved, and we said, let's save it for next time. Wait, where are the
That sounds accurate.
15? Wait, wasn't there a bench here? Wait, what? Did the bench go away?
I think there's a lot of benches now. What's happening?
Yeah, I'm confused. All I did was I walked left into this room and said, here's the elevator, and then I walked back into the room I was just in. And the bench is gone now.
Do you have to pay every time?
That would suck if so. I'm not paying. I'm opening the door. Screw this. I hear some groaning. Underworks. Look at this guy. Is he friendly? Nope.
Oh,
Wow, I'm getting my kid. I'm about to die. I died. So
I
here's
guess
the
that
bench.
goes in the not friendly category. Yes,
Oh yeah, and
but
then
then
it
it
goes away.
closes. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So pay per use bench. That sucks. Oops.
I wonder why there was two benches.
Yeah. Maybe just for decoration. Like, cause in a real life city there would be, right? Or sometimes there are.
Yeah. I feel like that would be surprising.
I'm waiting because I was waiting for him to come to me. Because if I move forward,
Right.
it might. Oh, there he's down there. Oops. If I move forward, I might aggro a bigger gang of guys that I don't want to fight. I want to fight like them one at a time. So I guess that might be a video gameism. Because in real life, if you alert one guard, then all the fellow guards are going to come attack you, right? But in video games, usually you can alert one guard, and the other guards are still oblivious, and you just fight that one guard.
Right. Interesting.
Crew map of the works. Take it, yes.
Oh, you didn't have to pay for the map.
Guess not. But that means there's this whole bottom section that I, for some reason, didn't explore. I was watching someone else play a video game. I won't name them because it's a little bit criticizing of them. But I was astonished by how they could not figure out what to do.
This game or just a game in general?
A game in general.
Ah,
They were fighting a boss, and I knew exactly what to do. Like I thought it was so obvious. The vocabulary of the game communicated to me. You know, in the same way that, well, I don't know how to describe it, but it's a dragon, and it has like bubbles on its back, and I can observe, like, you know, I just hit the random parts of the dragon, And the only thing that quote unquote reacts is when you hit the bubbles, they pop off his back. And then when all the bubbles pop, the dragon sort of staggers and it looks like he's dizzy, and then has his stomach exposed, and then you attack him in the stomach. So all that I say, okay, so what you do is you hit the bubbles on his back until he staggers and hit his stomach. And you do this probably 3 times, as per video game rule. You always do a boss cycle 3 times to win. But the person was not perceiving or could not figure it out or something, and so it was very curse of knowledge of like how can and so I try to I pride myself in being cognizant of the curse of knowledge and compensating for it and so on, but I really struggle with that case. Anyway, all that to say, that's why I spoke out explicitly. Like, I'm trying to say exactly why did I stop moving as soon as I heard that guard.
Yeah, no, I find it really helpful because I do not play a lot of video games, and while I like to think I could have figured out what to do with that dragon, like, the truth is, like, a lot of times I don't read the scene the way a video game player would.
Because it's also like, there's a lot of things where like I am able to see why a new player would not understand, right? But in that case,
but this one, you were like,
I was like, you can see the bubbles pop, and I guess the thing is maybe you don't know because there's moving pixels on the screen and you don't know which pixels to pay attention to. Like, is it significant that the bubbles pop? Like, why would that be significant?
Right. I remember the first couple times watching League of Legends in particular, like, I literally did not understand what to look at on the screen. Like, my brain just all looked like noise. It just absolutely looked insane. And there was no way for me to focus on, it was like listening to not just another language, but like, one that doesn't share any features of English.
Yeah. League of Legends is tough. Like, I think even expert gamers struggle with that one, including me, if I can even call myself an expert gamer.
I was just really surprised by how there are not a lot of situations in which I find myself in which I have no idea even what to focus on or look at or how to make sense of what I'm, like,
Oops.
I don't always know everything that's going on, but I felt so surprised. I just didn't expect video games to be that hard.
Yeah. I'm exploring very haphazardly, which is kind of unusual for me. Usually I want to explore a room completely before moving on to the next room. But I don't know, I'm feeling kind of impatient today for some reason.
A little impatient. Well, I just am here to enjoy the beautiful scenery and fun gameplay, so however it works is fine.
I think this symbol means shop, so I think this is going to be a shop.
Why would that symbol mean shop? Does it look shoppy to you?
It's based on past experience of this game. So earlier I saw similar signs. Maybe not this game. Maybe it's Hollow Knight. But this looks like Geo from Hollow Knight. Do you remember the money system in Hollow Knight? They're called Geo.
Oh, yeah,
They're like the rocks.
Okay. Yeah.
But now that I go in, it doesn't look like... Well, maybe it's an abandoned shop. But like, I don't see an NPC here, who would be selling me something.
Right.
Right now, I'm looking
Unless it's like a coffin store.
Huh? Is that a reference? I don't get it.
No, it looked like some sort of grave.
Okay. I'm going back because I only have 1 hit point and I don't want to die all the way over there.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explore... Maybe I'll just walk to the bench, actually. I'm going to try to explore near where the bench is so that if I die, I don't have to go very far. There's 2 types of search in computer science: depth first search and breadth first search. Depth first search is you go all the way down a path before you turn, and then find a dead end before you turn around and go back. Breadth first search is for every... Oh shit, that guy looks huge. For every... You first explore all the junctions that are near your starting point, then all the junctions that are like 2 away from your starting point, and so on. Oh, I think I died right there. So like in reference search, in reference search, I would go here and I say, oh, I can go up or down. So let's go up. And I get here and then, oh, this is another junction, but it's 2 away. Like this is 1 away from the starting point. So before exploring that, I'm going to go down here and check this first. And then once I've explored all the junctions that are 1 away, now I explore all the junctions that are 2 away. So I can go to this guy, go, let's say here, oh, that's another junction that's 3 away. So let me look here first. This is also 3 away. So now I can do either of these. And then I'll explore this, and then here's 4 away. So before I explore that, let me explore the one that's 3 away. And so on. And it's...
What are the...
Yeah, it's very inefficient in terms of, like, because you have to backtrack a lot.
Yeah.
But in the case of this game like this, it's more likely that you'll find all the secrets if you do reverse search.
I see.
With depth first search, you might like make progress, quote unquote. Like you fight a boss or something and you go somewhere, and then you can't go back anymore.
Right.
It's like in the whole Metroidvania stereotype of like, this is the right way, so let's go the wrong way first to make sure we find everything.
I was thinking that that way also kind of mimics what most people would actually do in real life. Like when you go and visit a new city, or you're going on walks in your neighborhood or something, you can only travel so far. And so you do a lot of...
I lost my money. Gosh darn, I died twice.
You end up doing a lot of short trips.
Yeah.
In every direction.
Oops. Oh my goodness.
Why are there names for those 2 different types of searches? Why would that be so...
I mean, there's names because it's useful to refer to them specifically.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that context.
Well, I mean, like, there's 2 things, right? Like, there's 2 obvious ways of doing it. Those were the 2 obvious ways of doing it. And maybe that's your question. Why were those the 2 obvious ways? But
I guess what do you mean what are you searching for?
oops.
Is it just related to video games?
No, it's a data structure thing in computer science. But give me a second because we're being raided by Zenith. Zenith, thank you so much for the raid. You were playing Claire Obscure. How was that? How did it go? Raiding and running. Have a good stream. All right, Zenith. See you later. Enjoy Silksong. Thank you. What was I saying? There's
data architecture.
Data structures. Yeah. So a common data structure is a tree which is like a graph, which is when computer scientists or mathematicians talk about graph, they're talking about points and nodes. They're not talking about like a line chart. Trying to open up the paint program now. Congrats on getting Act 2. Thank you, Zenith. Wow, why is the paint program taking so long to open? So layperson, when they think of graph, they think about something like this, right? Like a chart. That's usually not what mathematicians or computer science talk about. They're talking about like you have a node, and lines. Oops. Razor says pixels just plots on a plane. Yeah, exactly. So a very common data structure in computer science is called a binary tree, which is like this, where you have a root node and then it has child nodes, each of which is itself recursively a binary tree. So you have the node and you have the left subtree and the right subtree.
Okay.
And then there are various operations you might want to do on the tree. Like, for example, if each node has a number associated with it, a value. Maybe this has 3. Oops. My handwriting is not good. Then this has 5 and this has 7 or whatever. You might say, so what's the sum of all the nodes in the tree? Right? So you have to, in some sense, visit every node in the tree to do that.
Okay.
And so there's 2 obvious ways of doing that. That's like, you start here and you go all the way down. You look at all the left nodes. Like you go all the way down to left. When you reach it, then you come back and you look at this guy on the right. Then you come back, and now you've looked at both of these guys. So now you go here, and then now this guy says, well, I finished my left, so now I'm going to do my right. This guy says, well, I haven't started my left, and yeah, so I'm going to do that. And so this order is called depth first order, or depth first traversal.
What word are you saying? What first?
Depth. D-E-P-T-H.
Depth. Thank you.
And then the other is breadth.
Gotcha.
Is there an A in breadth? I don't remember.
There is, yeah.
Okay. So like this, but spelled correctly.
Right.
And that's saying you look at this guy first, then you look at these 2 guys, then you look at these guys, and then these guys, right? So the idea is you look here, you go here, and then before going to like the guy that's 2 distances away from the root, you look at this guy because he's only 1 distance away from the root.
Right.
And then
so almost like by levels.
Yeah. But like if there's a cost to quote unquote move, like if you're here and it takes energy to go here, then you got to go back and then go here, and then it takes energy to go back again. That's what makes breadth more inefficient. But like if you don't have to move, if you're like some sort of like God from looking at from above, and you're just saying I'm gonna look at this and look at this, then it's not as apparent why breadth is less efficient than depth. Right? Because in your sense, you don't.
What is an application of this? Why would there be a cost associated with it, I guess?
And usually in terms of implementation, it's the cost is keeping track, like it's a memory cost.
Okay.
Because you can't see like the entire tree at once as a computer program. You only have access to like a pointer to one location in memory.
Okay.
So you have a pointer to this object, this node, and then it itself has a left pointer and a right pointer.
Mm-hmm.
So if you it's getting very technical. There's something called a stack, which is an easy way to store information. So what you can do is you can push the address of this memory on stack. I don't know how to represent that visually. But then if previously your stack pointer was here, now your stack is here at the empty spot, and you can go down and do stuff. And then like you're doing a recursive subroutine. So the idea is like when you're writing an algorithm to sum up all the numbers in the tree, you say the sum of all the numbers, like the function of summing up all the numbers in a tree is you take the value of the current node, cur for current node, plus you sum up the left tree, plus you sum up the right tree.
Okay.
Right, and so the idea is like instead of saying like instead of giving instructions like go left and go left and go left, I create a definition that recursively refers to itself, right? To sum a tree, its current plus the sum of the left tree subtree and the sum of the right subtree. In the same way that for the Fibonacci sequence, right, you can define it as to find like the 7th Fibonacci number, all you have to do is find the 6th Fibonacci number and the 5th Fibonacci number and add them together.
Yeah. Okay. Given that breadth-based searching has more of a cost, what is the reason why you might use it? Not a non-video game reason.
Yeah, I have trouble coming up with an example.
Would it be helpful if you're more likely to encounter the information on a shallower level?
Yeah, I guess so. So if you have some reason to suspect that that the information you're looking for is high, then yeah, I guess you would
Yeah.
want to use breadth, assuming you can tolerate the memory costs, the additional memory
Okay.
costs. If you're like in a low memory environment, maybe you're on like there's Internet of Things devices like a Raspberry Pi or whatever, right? Like those small computer chips that don't have a full computer, like a desktop computer dedicated to them. There's constraints environments like that. So I think most computer scientists just reach your depth for like as their default choice if they don't care, because
Right.
it's known to be more efficient that way, memory efficient.
Right.
Steve says, "Oh my god, yes, it's coming back to me. I took quite a few computer programming courses too. Holy shit, that moment when your brain feels like expanded because you remembered something you haven't thought of in years." Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And Laser
Yeah.
says, "These are decade-old memories from class. LIFO and FIFO. Yeah, LIFO is last in, first out, and FIFO is first in, first out."
Nice.
Anyway,
Thank you for the digression.
sure. I messed up. I took too long to jump onto the next block, I think. Oh my gosh. What's the trick there? Because it looks like both blocks fall simultaneously, which means... Oh no, this one falls a little later than the other one. Okay, so it is set up so it's easier to traverse left to right than right to left, I think. Frick. Okay, I made it. What the heck? Oh, there's a guy there. I didn't even see him. Oh, I'm gonna heal for a bit.
That looked like a little murderous panda.
It's like, I think some sort of moth type thing. That's how I interpret it. Because it has a little cape, I think. Like, I don't know, it's hard to describe because you see him very briefly and there's a lot of background object blocking your view
Right.
too. Okay, I'm assuming this guy's aggressive, but we'll see.
Let's find out.
Yep, he is.
Doesn't seem good. Whoa.
Oh my goodness. I'm probably gonna die to him because he does 2 damage. And I have no room to work with here. He's got me cornered basically.
Can you throw things at him?
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that we have that ability. Should even anything here? Why did I come here? It's a dead end. Okay.
Maybe when you get around the other side?
There's no other side to it, I think, as far as I can see from this map.
Maybe just to meet him?
Maybe.
Maybe that will be important in a later melee fight or something?
Maybe. A lot of RPGs, role-playing games, have a concept of resource management. Like for any individual battle, you're never in any real danger. Like, you know, you can win every fight that you come across. But fighting like 100 guys is going to wear you down, and eventually you're going to run out of resources and die. So you have to figure out how to progress through like a trek of a wilderness of a billion small paper cuts. So there's something like that going on here too. Whenever I hit an enemy, I gain a little bit of silk, right? And then I need a full bar of silk to heal 3 health. So there's like some sort of break-even point where if the enemy hits me more than that many times, then I will have lost resources on average. Like, the ideal is if I don't get hit at all, right? But the thing is, it's okay to get hit a couple of times because you gain silk, which will heal you.
Right. Okay.
And so at that point, like, I'm playing at different conservativeness levels, right? And I was being very conservative recently because I was low on resources.
Right.
But now I'm full, so I can be a bit more aggressive again, a bit more careless, and rushing and being patient and so on.
Right.
But after that big guy that we saw earlier, where I was like, what's the point of him? I was really low, so I'm like, okay, I gotta go slowly, I gotta find people, and then hit and run tactics. Like, I really want to avoid getting hit because I need a surplus now. I need a net gain to be back at the... This is a tough fight. I don't like this
Safe
position.
equilibrium.
Here, hopefully this will kill him. No? I'm hoping that this crushing thing will kill him. There we go. Nice.
Got him.
So there's a guy up there. I don't see anyone else, so I'm going to try to trigger him. And then ideally we don't trigger any other bad guys, so I only have to fight 1v1. Oops. I didn't even see what happened there. But it looks like he died. So here's a choice that this game keeps presenting, which is I have 1 hit point and I have enough to heal, but I can heal 3 hit points. So do I want to heal now or do I want to wait a bit? There's also a guy here I can fight, so I usually wait. I usually wait to heal at least 2 before I feel like I'm wasting it. Gosh darn. And if I'm in the middle of a fight, I'm gonna wait until 3. But if I kill this guy and without ever taking any more hits, like if I'm at 2, then I would probably heal at 2 damage. So I heal at 2 damage between enemies, but heal at 3 damage when in the fight.
It's interesting because I often am like, oh, why don't you heal? And then I have to, like, remember. I don't have, like, muscle memory around it. I have to remember that, like, it's not always the most efficient to heal anytime you can.
Yeah, it depends
and
on,
sometimes, like,
like, you might just immediately get hurt, like, 5 seconds later, and they say, well, I wish I had healed now because I would have healed for 2 instead of just 1.
Right.
Is this a boss room? This is probably gonna be a fight, I guess. Yeah. I don't think the walking guy can get to me down here, so I'm gonna fight down here so I can get the flying guy to come out and then fight him alone instead of 2v1. And now that I got the first guy, now I can fight this guy 1 at a time. Rosary string.
Huh.
What's that? Oh, I guess it's a ballast in the back that hit. I'm hitting random walls to try to find secrets. And then I heard a sound, like a different sound, so I thought maybe that was an indication of a secret. I don't want to fight him up there.
Made that detail.
And there's no great places to fight these guys. Because there's so many narrow ledges where you don't have room to maneuver.
Yeah.
I healed there out of instinct and now I regret it. I healed at only 1.
Oops.
But here's a bench. What is this? Is it up here? Where's the bench? Maybe it's up here. Oh, these pay benches again? Gosh, right.
That is crazy.
Is it worth? It's probably worth. Like, I'm gonna lose more than 15 trying to get back here again. 25. Does this make it permanent? I'd rather pay the thing to make it permanent. If I can. Speak now, that confession will be heard.
Whoa.
You have confessed a sin most grave and must by works cleanse yourself. Return to your task and work off cycle, neither eating nor supping until new cycle begins. By the grace of Farloom Eternal, may you never tire, toil, and be forgiven. Wow, that was a ripoff.
Thank you. I love that you can do it again.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna lose more than 15 if I die twice while trying to navigate this, so it's probably worth. I think so. I feel like this is intentional flavoring, right? Like they want to give you this sense of like capitalistic dread, right? Of the game designers, I mean.
Capitalistic dread.
Because benches are like in Hollow Knight, a lot of benches are free, and if the ones you have to pay for, you pay for it once and you have it forever. So this is a new novel experience for you as a player.
It is new and novel.
It's not novel in like real life, right? Like in real life, you have to pay rent every month or whatever.
It's
But
true.
but it's unusual in the video game. So now you're getting that that same sense of like, oh god, now I actually need to earn money continuously to survive in this world. Whereas normally
That's so interesting.
Normally there's no hunger or anything like that. So you can in most video games you never lose progress, right? Like
Right.
if you just don't make money, then you stay where you are.
Right.
Sorry, I interrupted
guess
you. You were
it's-
going to say something. Oops.
No, it's just interesting to me because it seems like that groaning, like, oh no, should not be an experience they strive for in players.
Yeah. There's another game called Left 4 Dead, which is a zombie game. And it's a pretty old game, so I'm going to use the term AI, but it's a much more primitive AI than what we have today. Right? AI used to be a general term for like any decision the computer makes. Like a chess AI or whatever. Or like even when you play Mario,
right,
you can
okay.
talk about the AI of the Goombas or the turtles walking back and forth. Like the AI that says, when I walk, I see a ledge, I turn around, and I walk the other way. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so there was an AI in Left 4 Dead, and its goal was to manage tension. Like it would make the game harder or easier on basically a sinusoidal wave, I think, on the hypothesis that makes the game more engaging. Like,
Oh.
so you're walking along and nothing happens, and then suddenly a huge horde of zombies, attack you, and then once you do that, nothing happens again for a while. And so that was a game design thing, because the idea was constant. Like that was better than just having a medium challenge the whole time.
Interesting. Did people like it?
Yeah, people like the game.
Interesting.
This guy again. Oh, this is a boss room. Dang. I'm gonna die here. Yeah. But so I think like
Yeah, it was,
unpleasant experiences are part of the toolkit of this game design to give contrast to like the good parts, I guess.
oh, interesting. Okay. I was thinking that they might have done some focus group testing or, some way figured out that the exact sweet spot between kind of finding it more challenging or finding it flavorful that suddenly you have to pay for the benches, like, is offset by the modest price of them.
Yeah, I think there is like they made it pretty modest. It was only 15 or whatever, right?
Like 15, yeah.
Which is pretty low. It's just like it's the principle of it in a sense. And I'm glad like I died twice to that guy, so it's really good that I paid for this one. It's definitely worth it. But I don't know that they really do that much focus testing because I feel like it's expensive to get a focus testing group. So I think a lot of it is developer intuition. Like you just have a feel of like, let's make it expensive but not too expensive. Just pick a number,
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. This is a pretty expensive game, so that's why I went with that.
But there's going to be like millions of decisions like that. and so it's tough to focus test every single one.
Gotcha.
I think what typically happens, although I'm not in the game industry, so I don't know for sure, is that they just make a bunch of decisions like that, and then they let people play the game. They play test, like not any one particular decision, just the whole game, and then
Just
they'll
all of it.
take notes, right? And say, "Oh, this isn't working. We need to change this."
Okay, that makes sense. I guess more beta testing than focus grouping.
Yeah. Ideally, what you do is you have the player game. You have the testers play the game, and you record what everything they do in the game, right? And maybe their facial expressions also. So a camera on them, a camera on the game, and you don't say anything. You just let them observe. You just let them play the game as is, and then you make notes, right? Of saying, okay, I can, I'm inferring that they're not liking this part. Is that intentional?
Right,
Do we
'cause
want
they're
them to not
saying,
like this
this
part?
is the worst game in the world. Yeah,
Or is this unacceptable? We need to change something here.
right. Makes sense.
And I don't know if they made all the best choices in this game. Like I still tentatively, or for now, think that Hollow Knight is better than Silksong. I think, I still have complaints about giving enemies too much HP and some battles are drawn out for too long and things like that. And they know this, like they know that this is a problem in the game, but they decide to quote unquote tolerate it because there's a Twitter comment from one of the developers. Shoot. They're saying you have choices. Like if you find a boss too difficult, you can move on and go somewhere else. So they have like an intended way for you to play the game, like meaning like sometimes they intentionally and expect you to like meet a boss that's too difficult for you and to get discouraged. And what their intention or their expectation is for you to say, okay, I'm just going to go somewhere else and explore other fights or other parts of the game. But I think empirically, the players don't do that. They just keep fighting the same boss over and over again, banging their head against it. And I think that is a common, like this might be a habit from video games, because like that's what you would do in Hollow Knight. I think you would just keep fighting the boss, and it's what I'm doing right now, right? And like right now, I feel like where else am I supposed to go? Like this is the only path. I've explored every other path. Maybe I haven't actually. Now that I look at the map, I could go over here, right? Maybe. But the thing is, like the instinct for that is that. But this is where my soul is, my money. I gotta go get my money, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as I go get my money, the door shuts behind me.
Right.
And so now I'm stuck. And so I don't know that they made the right choice.
They're beta testing.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think they made the right choice, but I don't know.
Right. Maybe their beta testing said otherwise.
No, I'm pretty sure this is a universal experience because like this is the main complaint from people like on Reddit and Twitter, right, about the game.
Yeah.
So they knew it, but they accepted it. They said like our intention is that you should then go somewhere else.
But like, wouldn't they have seen from their testing that like
but sometimes
people don't?
Maybe sometimes like
you're
you have
like,
a vision.
I don't care.
Yeah, you have a vision for the game, right?
You have a vision. You have an artistic vision.
So here I am. I am going somewhere else, right? I'm saying, okay, I just give up on my money, I guess.
Finally, you're just like, whatever.
Well, it's partially informed by the fact that I know that that's what they intended, right? Like
They've told you how to appreciate the art.
Yeah, if they hadn't said that, I don't know that I would have given up and gone somewhere else.
Right. Interesting.
And there's a lot of game analysis on Silksong. I haven't watched much of it because I'm trying to avoid spoilers. But like they say things like the game as a good game designer should, they try to design the game to nudge you towards the intended gameplay style. And one of the things they said for that is the whole tool system, where you know you when you throw your stars or whatever, it uses up shards. These 500 shards that I have.
Right.
And the idea is, if you fight a boss, you use all your tools, and now you don't have any shards. So you have to go somewhere else. You have to grind enemies to gain shards again before you go back and fight the boss.
Right.
But like, it doesn't work for me because I don't use tools.
Right. You don't use them. Yeah.
And so you can see that like, there's that idea, right? It's not that they're bad game designers per se or anything like that. Like as from a textbook point of view, they quote unquote did all the right things, right? Like they say, okay, let's design this tool system so to encourage players to go somewhere else and do other things and nudge them towards the way we want them to play the game. But it's just like it's just an empirical question of like, did it work, right? Like is this how people play the game?
Yeah.
And it seems like to me like it's not. It didn't work.
Right. The plebes are not appreciating the art the right way.
No, let me back in. Okay, I was where the door was about to close behind me. Yeah, in fact, it did, I think. Now it's closed again. Wait, did I hope I didn't glitch the game. Let me exit and re-enter and see what happens. No, it came back. Okay. That was a trap. Like, should I take this trap? I guess I'll take it. It's another boss room in a sense. But maybe this one's easier. What's my health at? 2? Now 3. Okay, so we're gonna heal in a moment. Oh my goodness. Oh no, it's a big guy. I don't like that guy. He does 2 damage. Yeah, actually this guy also does 2 damage. Gosh darn it. Yeah, the 2 damage thing, they also commented that was intentional. Like I also think it's a mistake, right? Like it's part of, they have a vision or whatever.
Right.
I feel like it's makes the game really annoying that so many enemies do 2 damage.
Yeah.
They said because what they want is for you to alternate between being full health and being 1 hit away from dying. Like they didn't want a situation where you're at medium health, I guess.
Why?
I guess for the thrill, the excitement. It sounds like that the Left 4 Dead thing I mentioned, right? Like either you're like, you know, a huge challenge, you're about to die, or everything's fine. You know, it's calm. But I'm not like, it's tough for me to argue for them because I'm not persuaded by it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is annoying. So I think this is gonna be a bench. It's 80. So I need to like grind 80 to get it, but that's like a lot because there's not that many enemies here that drop money.
Yeah.
And I think of the 2 rooms, this one seems like the easier one. So I guess we'll do this one.
Okay.
I don't feel like these guys even drop money actually. Like in the challenge room. Yeah, they don't. This guy just died and there's no money came out. It's only enemies out in the field that drop money, I guess. Oops. Gosh darn it. Oh my gosh. Alright. Yeah, play conservative here because I need to get hits so I can get Silk to heal without getting hit myself. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh, he got the first initial hit on me. No, I need healing. Please don't hit me. Okay, good. Again, I'm trying to be conservative so I can get hits on him without getting hit myself. Okay, I guess that's the end of the room because they did the slow motion thing.
Right.
Oh man. Is this a spool? Yeah. So we get a little bit more Silk now. But so small. Look at the tiny amount it increases by. That's crazy. I think that's it, like, for... So I do have to go to their room now. The one that was, quote-unquote, too difficult for me. And this situation right here, like, I don't know the right way to fight this guy, because there's nowhere I can really stand that's safe. Like, at this door, I have almost no room to back off when he does a forward attack, like a charge.
Right.
And even in the middle... Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Bastard.
I think I'm just gonna move on to the big room. And just bang my head against that now. Because now I really feel like there's nowhere else I can go.
It's intentional.
Yeah. So there are games where that's intentional, like there Dark Souls, where you have a tough boss and you're just supposed to keep trying until you succeed. And what they do is they'll put a bench right before the boss room in cases like that, right? So it's not annoying like this.
Yeah, you just keep doing it. Yeah. I would prefer that.
And I think that's what people were expecting, and that's why some people are annoyed with Silksong.
Yeah, because it's annoying when you have to, like, kind of fight some little piddly guys just to go do your big thing. Because you're impatient, and so you make mistakes, and I don't know. I agree with you. I don't feel like that adds.
But there are also, like, there are regions in Dark Souls where the opposite is intentional. So what they do is, like, the boss is not too difficult. It's relatively easy, but the walk to the boss is very difficult. So, like,
I think that's okay too. But, like, when you're obviously facing a difficult boss and you're going to have to do it multiple times, like, when I lose, just let me start over.
Yeah, but I guess there's the idea of, like, the challenge is the intention is not just the boss, but the boss plus the walk to the boss. Like, that is what they designed, what they wanted to be difficult, right? The combination of the two.
I'm not into it.
Oh my gosh.
Don't forget you can throw things.
Yeah, I'm not used to... So the thing is, I don't see the opportunities, like, and maybe that's something I should probably work on, but I'm never in the situation where, you know, where I'm watching the position of all the enemies and the scene and everything, and I'm trying to think, like, what's the counter to this move, right? Like, when I see this guy, he prepares to swing by, like, bringing the cane back, right? So when I see that, I say, okay, what I gotta do is I gotta dash back so that he misses. Then I move forward and hit him after he finishes his swing. Things like that. So that's the almost subconscious level thought process of, like, you know. And the subconscious is never, you should throw something, you should throw your dagger or whatever.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, these guys, they just deal too much damage with their freaking 2 hits. Let's see, I have 6, right? So that
Yeah.
means 3 hits is enough to kill me.
Yep.
I think the steam, the door steam does 2 damage. When the small guy does his spinning attack, I think that's 2 damage, and the big guy, anything he does is 2 damage. Like even just
That's crazy.
colliding into his body accidentally.
Right.
Oops.
That's too many.
Yeah, in this situation, I feel like I was trapped, and annoying because I took 4 damage there because I was like still inside his body as I was trying to escape.
Right.
Because I actually don't have to fight him. I think when he crouches in his shell, okay, I was gonna say he backs away if I hit his shell when he's, but now I'm not so sure that that's a trigger.
Oh, did you do it?
No,
No.
just like a very small phase of the whole fight. Freaking thing.
Oh. Yikes.
The other thing is like, okay, let's say I do use my tools here, and when there's not many enemies between here and the fight, so if I use up and I still lose, I don't have a way to get more shards. Like there's no shards in between here and the boss fight on the path.
Yeah.
So I would have to go explore around, but like then it really feels like grinding because like I'm not exploring to gain something. I'm just here because I need the resources that it's denying me.
Right.
Oh my god, I got 4 damage again. Yeah, I feel like this guy's too big. Like he takes up too much space in the center of the arena,
Right.
and his swings
So
are too
you
wide.
just run into him. Yeah.
So yeah, there's nowhere to go, and so I'm constantly forced to take 2 damage. Like when he does a like hop towards me and swing the cane move, right? And when he does that, I don't
Yeah.
think he hops high enough that I can dash under him. But like he hops high enough that like jumping over him is not possible. And so all I can do is like stand like at the very corner and hope that his cane doesn't reach me. But I can't stand too far because there's steam here, and if I touch the steam, it's gonna hurt me. So what I seem to want to constantly do is hit him when he's curled up like that, so that he backs up, so that if he does hop, I do have room to back off. But I can't see that it's consistent. Like I don't know that he always backs up or that's the trigger for him backing up.
Right.
I need to get healing here. I don't have enough to heal. Oh gosh, see, when he so he jumped, I jumped, he jumped. That's 2 damage. Then he pushed me into the steam from his attack. That's another 2 damage. So that's a 4, like that's basically one attack that does 4 damage because it's just him jumping at me. And 4 damage is more than half my health. Which is, so in terms of like ratio, it's like really devastating.
Unfair, yeah. You can make one mistake.
Yeah. Gosh, oh, maybe I can jump under him actually, now that I saw the jump better. I mean, I can dash under him when he jumps. It does look like there's enough room to do that, so maybe that's what I have to do. I feel like he does a swipe that, like when he just stands there too, though. So it's gonna be hard to distinguish between those two attacks. Because if he just stands there and smashes down, then I have to backdash, I guess. Oh my god, I'm getting too impatient and I messed everything up.
Yep, this is what I mean by the walk is too impatient. Jesus.
Does he actually ever do a standing smash? I can't tell now. Because I was watching more carefully now, and he only ever did a jumping smash.
Maybe he doesn't do one.
So when he winds up, maybe he will always jump. And so when I see the wind up, that means I always got prepared to dash under him. That's weird. Is this called like the Mandela effect of attacks? Like I swear I saw him just stand there and swipe at me, but maybe he's never done that. No, yeah, he stands. Okay, that was a
There, he
standing
just
smash.
did
Yeah. But so now the question is it a different wind up? Can I tell the difference between the two visually, and which ones he's gonna do?
Right.
I'm gonna wait for this guy to walk away.
Yeah.
No, still got hit anyway. I think it is a different wind up. Like if he winds up across his body, he's gonna do standing, and if he winds up behind his body, he's gonna do it hopping.
Ah.
That's a standing one. Okay, I guess we're learning. Although this is feeling pretty tedious and it's gonna take a while to do. How is this guy always like just about to meet me when I get here? Like the timing. So I always have to wait for him to walk away before I jump down.
That's a good question.
Oh shit. Oh man. Okay. Gosh darn it. Nope, I lost the healing because he interrupted it. Do I have any charms? Like, what is my build right now? Where's my, what's it called? This thing. Gain health beyond your natural. Do I want that? Shield the bear while they their wounds. Oh, I don't have that. What is this? Silk regeneration. Oh, I don't want this. The magma thing. No, I think I want this. Okay. All right. Only one? Come
Ooh.
on. All right, let's try it. Nope. I lost all my temporary health. Don't tell me that's it.
Oh my god, did you just do it?
I just did it.
Wow.
I
I
kept.
was
That means I
prepared for
was.
40 or 50 more of those.
Yeah, like I thought. I got to that point before in the fight, and I didn't realize I was like right at the end of it.
Right.
I didn't realize I was nearly there. I thought I was like barely
Yeah.
there, and so
Like a long way
I was
away,
like,
yeah.
So I was like, this is gonna take forever if I'm
This is-
only
we're
at the
gonna be here
beginning.
all night. Yeah.
This is nicer. This isn't. Oh, never mind. Like I said, it's a nice big platform to fight on, but he broke part of the
Yeah, and
platform.
then they broke it. Yeah.
I mean, this is not too bad here. This length, I have room to go
It's
back
more
and forth.
reasonable.
Tell me there's a bench somewhere, please. I'm worried this is gonna be a boss fight at some point. That's the moth thing I was talking about. You see the little flying thing?
Oh. Okay.
Oops.
Like a little bat. Why do we keep getting led into places that don't have anything in them?
I don't know.
Alright.
Rosary ring. What a scam! I haven't, like, I don't know how to objectively measure this, but I feel like I also in Hollow Knight you would rarely, like, anytime there's a dead end it gives you something and there's something good.
Yeah.
And here
Something
it's, like,
good. Yeah,
frayed
exactly.
rosary ring. It's like, come on,
might
like, what the
get a piece of, yeah.
And so I wonder if they've also messed up that part of the design.
And like, it also might be a trap.
Yeah. I mean, that happens sometimes in the Hollow Knight, but like it's
Sure.
it was like
For
the
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 purpose of the
ratio. It was
story.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, often it was good. Sometimes it's a trap just for variety.
Yeah.
But here it feels like it's almost never good, and it's like not too like we're not that far in the game. We're only in Act 2, right? And it's been like a trap quite a few times.
Yeah. And not really for the purposes of the story. Just a trap. Oh. Like, what was the
A
purpose of
bench,
that?
nice. When
At
it
least we
activates
found a
something.
bench.
Yeah. Don't have a map for this area. Coral chambers. I kind of feel like I want to finish exploring the previous section before I move on to this section.
All right. So we are going for
Breadth
depth
first.
at the first.
Gosh darn it. What the heck? I was holding left, so I thought I would slide to the left when I reached the bottom there. What the heck? The game lagged right as I walked up to it, and it walked me a
Yikes.
few frames forward. Oh, this is where I came from, isn't it? Yes, is there a way to open up a shortcut down? Oh, this opens the door here. I thought I was gonna do something else. What the heck is the point of this room? What the heck?
I don't know.
Almost no room to fight again. On this slow platform. I don't want to go too far down because I'm gonna aggro some more enemies. Yeah, like this guy down here. Oh, maybe that opens the way all the way down. I was saying, like, I don't know how to get down there. So maybe it drops all the way down here. Yeah, it did. What the heck? Gosh, sorry that. I wonder. No, I guess not. I was gonna say maybe we're gonna get something good here because this is a tough place to jump out of. So I thought maybe they'll give you something that makes it easier, like a double jump or something. But it's not.
Right.
It's not that tough to get out here, so maybe they won't. What the heck? The order in which they dropped the blocks.
Was confusing, yeah. Nice.
Delver's Drill. Maybe this is important. No, it's a tool, nor it's a weapon. Rory tool used for boring into bone and rock drives the wielder downwards while spinning the drill with destructive force. I mean, maybe it opens up something. I'm not sure. It looks like it's an attack, like a tool. But I guess it's possible it might let you reach places you can't normally reach. I hear something. There's somebody there, but I can't get to him. Your side. I think I do want to use this Delver's tool though and just try to experiment to see if I can break the floor beneath me in some places. To see if that's like secrets or something. It'd be a little bit weird because usually, like in the Metroidvania, you would very explicitly categorize an upgrade as either for fighting or for unlocking new regions. Oh, this is pay.
Right.
Hey, screw this. But it's not impossible, I guess, that they might break that rule. Alright, I guess we finished exploring this place, so we can move on to the next place. Coral Chamber, whatever it's called.
Yeah. Ugh.
I have low resources, so I need to be careful here. What the heck? The lag, he's gonna kill me. Oh, I managed to kill him. Okay, finally.
Woo.
Let's try this drilling thing. Wait, how do I do it? It's up and RB, okay. No map for this area yet. Can't seem to make it to that ledge. So these are the guys that kidnapped me, right? They have these masks, like with the golden circle on them, and they're all dead here. So I'm trying to figure out what this lore implications are here. This is a boss room. Oh, it's not. I just walked through.
Okay.
I guess I can try it here. Nope, that didn't break that. I don't know what that symbol means. Elevator, maybe? A machine displaying a model of the Citadel. Insert rosaries, 70. I think that's going to be a map, so I think I do want that.
Makes sense.
Is this a boss room? What is this? Hope you have money.
What'd you say?
I hope you have money. That's what I said.
Oh, I hope you have money. I thought you called him a pokey of money. Like he's pokey and worth money dead. Except not.
We're getting pretty far away from where that model thing is. I want to remember where it is so I can get, as soon as I get 70, I think it was.
70, yeah. You might have that much if you count your
Oh,
broken...
my freaking broken rosary. Wait, why did you say something earlier?
Sorry.
I forgot all about that mechanic. That doesn't exist in Hollow Knight.
Great.
Okay, 70. Yeah, we got the map. Nice.
Yay. At least it wasn't like you are a bad person who confessed your guilt.
So this means going right is the real way. So I want to go left, I guess, based on this
All right.
map. So here's the elevator I can't get through. I think I already explored this. Can't go up from here, I think. Like, this floor is fragile. Oh, there we go. I can...
Oh,
I feel like my editor attack should have been able to break it too, though. Like, if I were designing a game, I would have made that work. But whatever.
oh,
Yeah, somebody was complaining about how there's blind drops into traps and, like, you fall.
I agree with them.
And you just...
Yeah.
And there's, like, where's... That's not fun. Like, to just...
Right. I mean, I guess that's kind of like real life, but still. I
But the
don't
thing
play
is,
video games.
in Hollow Knight,
for realism.
they sort of did that, but only in one region, deepness. And so it's like a...
Oh, yeah. Unknown.
Sorry, I'm pausing here because I'm realizing if I jump down, I don't think I can get back up here.
Oh, gotcha.
So I don't want to jump down here yet, because this is back to a place we've already been before, I think.
But that clues you in that, like, you might have to kind of prepare for that. And you know that that's a limited challenge in one area. That's way better, in my opinion.
Well, I think so. I mean, deepness might be a good example of, you know, of making the area like unpleasant on purpose. Like, everybody hates deepness, I think, because everywhere you walk, the floor breaks and there's spikes and things like that, and there's like creepy spiders.
Yeah.
And it's just like thematically it works. Like, you're supposed to hate it. It's intentional.
Yeah. Yeah. That seems okay to me.
Yeah, but I mean, you were asking. I guess you were implicitly asking, why would the designer ever make an area like part of the game like that you don't like, right? And so this is an
Yeah, I
example.
guess
If
I was
it's
more
intentional,
asking, like, why would you make like a not known to be time limited part of the game unpleasant?
well, because they're crafting an experience, right? Like in that sense, right? Like deepness,
I guess.
you're intended to hate it, and it works in Hollow Knight. Like you do hate it, but you love the rest of the game. And so in theory, you could imagine a designer says, "Well, my vision is that they hate the whole game, right?"
I guess.
And you know, if you succeed, did you succeed or did you fail, type of thing.
Right.
But here, I don't think that was their intent. I don't think they're trying to make us hate parts of Silksong, but I think they
Right.
like they want to encourage that, like, go explore somewhere else behavior. But I don't think they succeeded at that.
Interesting. Yeah.
What's this? The little spider climbed so high here to stand a quiver at our startling citadel. Pale child, you return only to mock. Neither you nor your land have proven my match. The sleeping citadel shall be no different. Spider dear, why must you remain so distressingly optimistic? The powers that wait above, you cannot conceive. Her who would snuff that hope with barely a glance. Fool child, you still think me blind to the form of your liege, having come this far? This land's grandeur, the devotion of its bugs, and the curse that befalls them, the signs are clear. Your kingdom is in the thrall of a creature beyond bug, one of that higher caste. Whatever its desire for my
Ooh.
silk and my shell, it shall find I am quite attached to both. Just ha ha ha, marvelous. So the spider knows something of phantomless beings, and still it hopes to stand against one, a god. Where do you hide this boundless strength you claim, spider? I've watched you struggle towards us. Yours was a painful, broken trek. One needs grace to stand before the divine. And best you keep watching, child. I've found those who claim themselves a god can rarely match the title. And experience tells me even gods can fall.
Do you think it really is like a capitalism thing? Like this is from the perspective of the mulberry caterpillar?
I don't know what you're referring to, the reference.
Like how mulberries, the caterpillars are bred to make silk for humans, and it's like a capitalism thing.
It's
We're using
possible.
pesticides to kill all the bugs and exploiting the ones we don't kill.
It's possible, but I feel like they wouldn't do. It's not the company is not the type to do social commentary like that.
Gotcha. What do you think higher caste means then?
I think it's going to be left unexplained, like, or vague.
Ah. Yeah, the language does tend towards the vague.
In Hollow Knight, we fought something called the Radiance, is the true final boss, and it's like just the embodiment of light or sunshine or something like that.
Something, yeah. Radiation. It was a commentary on microwaves.
I should go right first because that's not the real way. I don't know what this symbol is. This is interesting. I've never
I
seen it
guess we're
before.
gonna find out. Blade sharpening or something?
Surgical symbol? A white lock. Guess we don't have that. Alright. Oops. Oops. Rosary. It's never anything good.
Also, for some reason, I find it more satisfying to break something to get money. Like, I like it when they're on the strings and you break the strings, or they're inside one of those crunchy things and you break the crunchy thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to just find a string.
So I'm trying to understand the lore implications of this. Are these people dead and the silk bring them back to life? Or maybe you're like puppets? Like being controlled by the silk, like strings on puppet strings?
Gosh, I don't know.
Because I think they're dead right now. Like when you see a body in the background, I think it's dead. Like this guy here, see? I think he's dead. But then some silk comes up and he stands up.
Oh.
So are they dead, or are they just unconscious, or what is the silk doing? And
I don't know.
because Hollow Knight was very careful with its lore. The Radiance was infecting everyone, and so a lot of the bugs that you would expect to be friendly, like when you went to City of Tears and there were just people walking around, they attack you, and whenever you attack them, orange goo would come out, and that's the infection.
Right.
And so that's the explanation. Like it's not random violence, right? Like you're just everyone hates you or whatever because you need enemies in the video game. They came up with a lore explanation for it.
So you think these things are not naturally violent, they're just being turned violent.
That's one possibility, but it's also possible that the developers would not be wary of repeating the same cliche in a sense, you know? So they might do something different. But my point is that they are careful to provide an explanation for things like that. So
Yeah.
So I feel like that means there's going to be an explanation for what the silk is and what it's doing. But I don't know what that explanation is yet. There's a few enemies that don't have orange goo come out and when you hit them. And it's also intentional. Like they also have an explanation for why those enemies behave the way they do.
Mm-hmm.
And so everything, like my point is it's all intentional, right? It's not
All
an
been
accident.
thought out.
Yeah.
Not random.
Hollow Knight. And so I'm having the same expectation here, like that it's all gonna be intentional and explained. So when I see these silk animations, I'm like, so what does it mean?
Right.
Because not every enemy has silk come to him, right? Only some enemies.
Yeah.
Like this guy didn't just come out of the ground there's no silk or anything like that. And there's a sense that this seems like a wild animal, right? Like it just so survival instincts is why it's attacking me. Whereas those guys with swords seem like they're citizens. And maybe they hate me for some reason because like they wear those masks, right? And they're trying the mask people are capturing me for some reason. So you wouldn't really need an explanation for why they want to attack me because I'm just invading their base or their castle, I guess.
Maybe.
So it's not clear what is the silk trying to explain. Like, is it explaining them coming back to life or something? Or
Right.
I think this is the real way. Oh my god, 2 damage from that. Oh god, 2 more damage. Man, but I'm low resources now. Try to regain off of this guy. Could still use some more resources. Ah, there's nothing here. It was just a loop.
Man. Is the floor fragile?
No, it doesn't seem like it. But visually, it's not. I haven't been hitting the floor everywhere I went. Because I was expecting to have a visual tell.
Yeah.
So I'll be annoyed if that's where I missed a secret. Because I was supposed to hit the floor. And there's just no tell. So the other thing is these guys look like enemies I fought before, but wearing robes. Like,
Yep, they do.
so there's like a social case system, I think, maybe. And only these rope
Oh,
guys
okay.
have the silk things happen to them. Like
Right.
when I met them without robes, they just randomly attacked me, it seems.
Maybe they are enemies that you've killed before, literally.
Yeah.
Probably not, but maybe.
Look at that guy. That guy looks like a
What is
robot.
that? Yeah. Like a little welder.
He seems to ignore me. So he's not aggressive.
Bet
Oh.
he would still do damage.
Yeah, and also I need to get every enemy in my book, right? I have a book of all the guys to
Yep.
kill.
Oh. You're making him mad.
Yeah, he's definitely a robot because gears came out of him when I hit him. Hello. Oh my goodness. Oops. Game is lagging a lot for me right now, actually. I'm having trouble with this fight because like it's skipping frames.
That's
Like
irritating.
I'll see an enemy to my left or something like that, and he's moving towards me, and then the game freezes for like a fraction of a second, and then he's suddenly to my right or whatever. Makes it hard to predict movements and
Yeah.
keep track of everyone.
He did alright anyway.
But my resources. Now I need to get Silk again. So up looks like the railway, so I guess we'll go down first.
Sounds good.
Oh, look at this shop. 3 rudders or something. Great bugs, you who weep as your kingdom fades, join me upon the stage. Together we shall inflame the passion of our loom. But it's locked.
When I first saw it, I thought it said, "Great hugs!" And I was like, that's a pretty cool sign.
I don't like these spikes that are around the
That
wall.
doesn't seem good. Oh, they're fine.
Is this a boss room? I can't tell. No, it's not. Does this give me silk? It does. Silk Eater.
Oh, nice.
Grub that lives within and feeds upon Farloom's lingering silk, born with the ability to sense silk over great distance, consume the Silk Eater to retrieve a cocoon after falling in battle. Oh, that's really good. I mean, I don't always have that much money, so maybe it's not that great, but maybe later on it'll be good. Like if I go somewhere and then I die and then I want to go grab my body.
Yeah.
If I have a lot of money on me. Oh, is this fast travel?
Oh, it's been a while since we've seen a fast travel.
Is there a bench here? Yeah, here we go.
Nice.
What's this? Is this a rosary thing? Yeah, it is a rosary saver.
Oh, like one of those things that makes strings.
Yeah.
I do not want one of those.
Do you want to stop here?
I guess we can. I'm having so much fun, and you seem like you're having fun, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so am I going to talk to you after your stream or no?
I guess we could.
Alright. I'll probably hang up on you from now and do my outro and then call you again in like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you, Steph. We made
Bye.
decent
Have a great
progress.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
It's the ending screen. Interact. Play. So thank you everyone for tuning in. That was Silksong with Steph. Regular schedule is top left corner of the screen every 7:30 p.m. Pacific. That's about 2 hours ago in your time zone. We got the Steph Thursday stream where we'll be playing Silksong for the foreseeable future. Except she's not going to be here on Thanksgiving next Thursday, so the Thursday after that. Then every Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific, that's about 3 hours, 46 minutes ago in your time zone, we got these solo Saturday streams where I play random games from my review queue. We got the Discord. Join the Discord for updates to the schedule and any announcements for off-schedule streams. Let me see here. Today's Thursday, so tomorrow Friday we're playing Shadows Are Alive. And Saturday we're playing Squidly's Revenge, so look forward to that. And I think that's it, so thanks again everyone for tuning in. I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of the cat parade while I look for someone to raid.